but for the Lions as well. 4 Six Nations titles, 3 of them Grand Slams, and in 2019 a world #1 ranking. But then a record drop-off, golden generation all but gone, a first wooden spoon for 21 years and 14 losses on the bounce. Why? Perhaps the main reason was poor spending. During Gatland's first tenure, the WRU committed its funds to world-leading training facilities for the national side, but underinvested in the club scene. Despite Ireland raking in similar overall revenues, its union would be committing up to £30 million a year more than Wales to their provincial clubs. In 2023, a report found the WRU had flitted away an £84 million TV deal on the purchase of a Cardiff hotel and a zip wire above the Principality. At the same time, the regional budgets and salary caps were being slashed, and they're still being cut. Add this to a distinct lack of player pathways when compared to the private school-fueled setups in Ireland, Scotland and England, the continuous rise of football's popularity and generational talents going elsewhere. It all meant when Abby Tierney became CEO, having never worked in sport before, she had a mountain to climb. And yet the beauty of sport, of course, is it isn't played in the boardroom, and sometimes it takes surprisingly little for the narrative to shift almost overnight. When Gatland left for the second time, interim coach Matt Sherratt only had 3 training sessions before Wales' next game, but the team looked unrecognisable, and all he did was pick players in the right positions and provide a bit of attacking structure. Suddenly, Wales were back pushing Ireland to the wire. As Gatland's first tenure taught us, for Wales' success to be sustainable, once the books are balanced, the regions need more money, salary caps need boosting, player pathways need investment. But it doesn't have to mean Wales lose every game in the meantime.
Yes, hello, good evening. Welcome to the record-breaking sports bar here on talkSPORT. Me, Jason Cundy, joined by the legend that is Mr. Dean Saunders.
Good evening.
Boo, boo.
Evening, Jason. What a studio. This is my first time.
What do you think? No new shiny, sparkly studios. Looking fab.
Hey,
Isn't she?
those lights
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
Yeah, need sunglasses, Dino.
There's a claim there.
There's a couple of guys, seen a couple of greys creeping through.
Migraines. Yeah, it's HD as well, isn't it?
Dino, what's happening there? Now, on the back of Ipswich, giving pop superstar Ed Sheeran an honorary squad number for the new season, we're going to start with the biggest gripes in modern-day football. There are plenty of them. What is your gripe? What's the one thing you go for? Come on! Where's I want my football back? I don't want this modern-day pup. 03717 2233. What do you hate? What annoys you? Give us a call now. It hasn't got to be even about your club. Pick on another club. There must be a club that you go, God, you make me cringe. Must be plenty out there. 03717 2233. We'll also be joined by comedian broadcaster Ian Stone to discuss his beloved Arsenal. Have the Gunners done enough to challenge Liverpool for the title next season? We'll also be joined by talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs to give us the lowdown on Manchester United hijacking or trying to hijack Newcastle's move for Benjamin Sesko. I'm sorry, gang. Yes, it's Sesko again. It's Isak again. That is going to be the conversation. The love triangle that is between Newcastle, Manchester United and Liverpool continues. How is it going to play out? Well, Ben Jacobs will give us a little bit of a steer on that. And the midnight train returns at midnight. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes within reason. Get your calls in now. We'll call you back 03717 223344. As always, get involved. We cannot do this show without you. No callers, no show. He's Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Ellis. This is the Sports Bar live here on talkSPORT. All right, Dino.
Yeah, not had these earrings in.
You struggling?
Well, yeah, like earrings.
They're a little bit odd, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because we're all going on this shiny, sparkly TV now, and it looks fab. I mean, all the talkSPORT paraphernalia is in front of us here. We are. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. The new studio.
Hey, no one mentioned I was going to be on the telly. I thought I was on the radio, didn't you?
Well, indirectly, we're on the TV on YouTube,
now.
by the way. There's talkSPORT YouTube channel live.
Yeah, no one mentioned it to me. I thought I was on the radio. I had to iron my shirt.
Dino, you know we've been on the TV as well for ages.
I'm only joking.
How are you? Last time I saw you was you in Portugal?
Yeah.
We were in Portugal together, weren't we?
I haven't seen you since.
No? A little bit of golf?
You're still tanned up.
Well, I've just come back from holiday. I'm not just. This ain't just from Portugal. I've been away, Dean. I'm allowed a holiday, you know.
Yeah, you do work hard.
I've been away, so I had 2.5 weeks off, mate. I won't go into that. I bored people last night with it. But how's you? What's going on in your world? You must be still playing golf every other day.
I am playing golf tomorrow at Celtic Manor in the Army Cancer Charity Day.
Right.
So I'm doing that tomorrow. So, yeah, I've been playing golf. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
While I still can.
What do you mean still can?
Well, at some point your legs go, don't they?
Why are you
At some point.
See, Dino, my knee's gone for ages.
You're
mate.
in the car park and you can't get your trolley back in the boot of your car. Forget swinging a
I
club.
can't get out of bed, Dean. That's my problem, mate.
Can't you?
Swing my legs over there and just give it a couple of minutes to unwind. And I'll get out of bed. I can corkscrew, mate, when I get out of bed. Got to unwind and trying to sort my body out.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've just been writing down there.
Right down, mate.
Well, I've been adding in my head all day. We've got Isaac, Sesko, Ollie Watkins,
Why is Ollie
Gessan. Well, I'm the strikers that are still up for grabs.
Right.
You know, like seems to be in the news. You know, like one goes, it's like a pack of cards, isn't it?
Yeah,
You've
dominant,
got Gorgregs, Pedro's gone to Chelsea, Mateta still at Palace,
Yes, he is.
Vardy, Callum Wilson.
No, Tavares not moved yet.
There's still players up for grabs out there, and strikers. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen there. I don't think I've ever seen this before, where this amount of money, Man United have bid for Šeško,
Not as much as Newcastle.
and Newcastle have bid for him.
Yeah.
You know, normally...
What are you doing, Dino? You're Šeško, right? Right here,
Yeah.
right now. You as a former striker, what's going through your mind? Let's say, for the sake of this conversation, the money's the same, right?
Yeah.
Dean Saunders in his pomp, in his prime.
Well, I've done
What's
it,
he doing?
actually. Well, I spoke to a few clubs, but I went for the team I thought was going to win more trophies, and I wanted to...
Who are the clubs then? Liverpool and who?
Well, there was Liverpool, Forest, Everton, Arsenal, Leeds. They all bid. They made it an auction for me.
Right, okay.
All bids in by June the 5th, something like that, 2.9 million. So
Okay.
they all refused.
Where were you at the time? You were at Derby?
I was at Derby.
You were at Derby, yeah.
Yeah, so they sort of refused to, like, they must have had a chat, all the clubs, and said, right, we'll all put the same money in and let him decide.
Let him work it out.
But normally with this one, your agent would come to you and say, do you fancy Man United or Newcastle?
So what are you doing? Right here, right now.
He's 6'5", and he needs a totally different service to me. I needed through balls, early crosses.
Imagine you're Šeško, right? So imagine
Yeah.
you're 6'5".
Right,
Whatever his height is.
I would go to Newcastle.
You go Newcastle, you put me at Man United.
Well, only because Man United, at the moment, they are the biggest club in the world, one of them, one of the biggest clubs in the world. And at the minute, they're going through a bad cycle. They will come back, like all big clubs do. You know, Sheffield Wednesday are in a bit of a crisis at the minute. They will come back. But at the moment, Newcastle are on the way up. Newcastle are looking. I mean, they don't want to sell Isaac. He's the massive part of their building plan that they're doing to try and win the Premier League. They've got the richest owners, and they might not be able to spend as much money as they would like, but they can say no.
Well, they can say no, but it would appear that Isaac has said, or certainly from what we've heard, has said, look, I want to go. If the bid's right and there's enough money, don't hold me back, I want to go. And I get it.
Yeah, but
I get it.
And I don't think Liverpool would make a bid of 110 million and lose him for another 20.
There's too much money. There's too much money involved right now. I agree with you. I think that would eventually happen.
Yeah, just haggling now.
Yeah, I mean, look, we will be speaking to Ben Jacobs a little bit later on to see exactly what's happened and how this is playing out. There's no new news other than the fact that Manchester United...
There's another player, Nunez.
Oh, yeah. He might be going over...
He's up for grabs.
Yeah. He might be going over to Saudi, right?
I don't know what he's going to do, but I would... Do you not... Would you rather have Nunez than Šeško?
No.
And Gorkrez? I think...
Really Gorkrez, he's at Arsenal, though.
Yeah, I know, but they paid a lot of money for them, and I thought he's up for grabs.
Let me ask you about
I would
Nunez,
take
right?
I would take a chance on him.
So Nunez, right? There's a lot I like about Nunez, right? There's a lot to like. Energy, hard work. You know, he's got all of the raw materials that you would have thought to make him the tops. But he just can't hit the target. He's so wasteful.
We all seen he's got every finish in his locker. Both feet, headers. He's gone round the keeper. He's slotted the keeper. He's chipped the keeper. He scored from distance. We've seen him do every finish, but somehow he manages to conjure up a miss. Or, I mean, I don't know how many times he hit the post last season and the bar. And we all go like, you know, there's definitely a player in there. You look at him and you think, what a handful he is to play against. Yeah. And he scored a lot of goals for Benfica in his second season. And a couple of seasons ago, he got 20 odd for Liverpool. But if I was even Arsenal, I would say, right, I wouldn't be surprised if Nunez goes somewhere else and scores 20 goals next season.
Possibly. Well, like I said...
And you might get him on a cheap. I wouldn't pay 90 million for him, but you might get him for 40.
What did Liverpool pay? They paid
about 80, didn't they?
Right, okay. Yeah,
80, 90. But you might get him for 40 million.
Well, he may well be one of the names that Ben Jacobs talks about a little bit later on in the show. But, Dino, we spotted something on social media earlier today. Ipswich Town have released their squad numbers in the new season. And they give pop superstar Ed Sheeran an honorary squad number. Sheeran, of course, is a minority owner at Ipswich Town, has been given the number 17 shirt. There you are on your screens if you're watching it on the YouTube channel. For the 5th season in a row. What's that all about?
What, he's had it for 5 years?
Apparently so, mate. Yeah, apparently so. He's in the squad. I mean, it's one of those things, really. It's a bit... I know. It's a bit of a gimmick.
Just give him a shirt and he'll keep pumping the money in.
Give him a... Yeah,
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Keep playing.
Keep him happy. Give him a shirt. Make him feel part of it. And he'll keep giving us money.
Yeah. Well, he's a big Ipswich Town fan as well.
Yeah, he loves it.
They should get promoted back into the Premier League next season. We'll see exactly how that plays out. But we're going to ask things that go on in the modern game. The game has changed. Some for the better, some for the worse. Football's not perfect. I'm under no illusion. Right, we love football, but it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. What are the gripes that you have in the modern game that makes you cringe? And what are the cringiest clubs? What do some clubs do? 03717 22 3344. What's your modern game? I mean, you and I played back like in the 90s, right? Early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay? It was a very different game, right? And it has evolved, and it is, I mean, the Premier League is it's just an amazing product. Okay, look at what's happened to the grounds, look what's happened to the players' salaries, look at the exposure the Premier League gets. But there are parts of the modern game that do. I mean, the cut in the back of the socks. I mean, what's that all about? Can you imagine being the kit man, Dino, back in our day, right?
Well, how many kit men are there now?
I know
Arsenal have got 2 buses to go to a game. One for the staff and one for the team.
They're not alone, by the way. You look along the bench at any given game, right? They can't fit everyone on.
Right, I've said this before,
Go on,
right?
Go on, say it again.
What things I don't like, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 things, right? But number 1, imposters who've crept into football with a laptop and baffled the public with stats and new words, long words,
Like what?
trying to baffle the public, right? So they think, oh, he sounds intelligent. He sounds not really... Like high press.
High press.
That was closing down. When we played.
Yes.
Low block.
Low block, yeah.
Was sit deep.
Yeah.
Park the bus was get behind the ball. All of you, get behind the ball. Transition.
Yeah, transitions were... But, Dana, we all use it, though.
Counter-attack.
I guarantee we go back over some of the old shows. I guarantee we've all done the high block, the high press, the low block.
What do you mean we've all
transition? We've all used it.
What do you mean used it? Said it?
You said it.
No, I haven't. I only say it to get in with the young people.
Right. So
they can understand. They don't... They start. Anyway, it gets worse.
What about Cam? What about Cam?
Cam.
What's that?
Well, I was doing a TV show, right? And the TV show was, I've got a week to make a bad team good, right?
I remember.
So I met some. I'd done Southend Manor,
right.
under 16s, and there's 3 lads that never heard of me, never seen me before. And the manager goes, right, we need some help, lads. I've got Dean Saunders in to help us. So I went, right, lads, cheers, thanks very much. And they're like this. I said, what position do you play, son? He went, Cam. I went, Cam? What's Cam? I went, I've been in football all my life. What's Cam? I said, I've heard of MFI and B&Q. What's Cam? See, central attacking midfield player. Yeah. And what about you? Where do you play? CDM.
CDM.
I went, CDM? What's... Anyway, it's off FIFA, isn't it? Because when you buy a player, they have a position, don't they?
Yeah. Well, we just use numbers, right? I mean, you want to do a 6 or a 10 or an 8. I mean, that's
what about that? They're playing with 2 8s. What's all that about? What about,
Dean, I've used that.
They're playing with a 6. So if you're number 6...
They're playing with 2 8s, Dean.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
2 10s. 2 10s. They're playing with 2 number
2 8s become 2 10s if you go...
Yeah. So it gets worse, this, right? So, you know these people who'd like swallowed a laptop and they think they're baffling us, right? It's quite straightforward. Things are still the same. My son plays non-league, right? And the analyst sends a WhatsApp message out to the group on a Friday night.
You're not throwing someone under the bus here, are you?
Well,
because what if he's listening?
No, he played for a few teams, so they don't know which one I'm on about. No, it's not this team.
Look at you.
So he's talking over the clip that he showed. Like, he sends it out on a Friday night. They look at it. Say they're playing against South Shields.
You're not giving any info here,
no.
Are you?
So he goes, well, and he's talking over it. So as you can see, South Shields go down the right-hand side. The winger turns out and they switch play to the left-hand side. And now the opposition have got a numerical inequality on the left-hand side. It means they've got a 2v1 on the fullback and overload. He's been to university and done a sports science degree and learnt a few words that he thinks he can baffle us. But there's that anyway. Long words.
Yeah.
Right?
There's loads. I mean, can't stop him.
That gets on my nerves. And this one, right? So what gets you off your seat as a fan? When you're sitting in the stadium and the fans stand
You want
up.
to see players take players on. That's what I want to see.
That's one.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one, is it?
Tackles.
Yeah, you want to see tackles.
So people will get, like, if you went into a double tackle, so you get
win the ball, he's down.
And then he gets up and wins another one. Or everyone stands up in the stadium and goes, yes!
Yeah.
Scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Everybody stands up.
Yeah.
That's what you go to the game for. So there's no tackles anymore. They've stopped that. They've stopped the goal celebrations. You used to stand up and when you celebrate, you can't celebrate now. And the other one was full pressing from the front, closing the opposition down and making them kick the ball out of play, like continuously doing it, like Liverpool do, like PSG do.
Yeah.
And the crowd starts standing up and going, go on. And now they can't do that. They just drop back into their own half, apart from a couple of teams, and they all sit in their own half and they let the opposition...
Football has become a little bit sanitised like that. I do agree with that. Well, look, there's Dino's list. 03717.
There's a list.
There's a list. You want to add to it? You're more than welcome. We can't do it without you. 03717 223344. Next up, we will be taking your calls on the biggest gripes in football. What annoys you the most? Dino's got a list. Add to it. 03717 223344. You are listening to the record-breaking sports here on TalkSport. TalkSport Bet. Download the new TalkSport betting app today. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Mid-block. There's another one.
evening. Thanks for your company while listening to the Sports Bar here on talkSPORT. Me, Jason Cundy, alongside Mr. Dean Saunders, take you up to 1 a.m. And Mr. Paul Ross takes the baton to you lucky people live until 5. Still to come, we'll be joined by comedian broadcaster Ian Stone to discuss his beloved Arsenal. First, though, we've been discussing your biggest gripes in football. Off the back of Ipswich Town handing out an honorary squad number to pop superstar Ed Sheeran. 03717 223344 is the number that Market Wayne has dialed. Right, Wayne?
Hello, boys. You okay?
How you doing, bud? You all right?
Yeah, doing okay. Good to hear you back on the radio, Cundy. Did you have a good time away?
I was away, matey. Just had a well-deserved little break, and yes, I'm back now though. All good. How's you?
Yeah, all good, mate. Down in Cleethorpes this week.
Is that where you are?
Yeah, on the seafront.
Beautiful.
Lovely there, Cleethorpes.
Ah, lovely place, lovely
Pontins
place.
there? Pontins or Butlins?
It's a haven, I do believe.
All right.
Nice.
I think it's a haven they've got here.
Right, I'm glad we cleared that one up. Go on then, what do you want to say, Wayne?
You're talking about big crimes in football.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand it when a professional player can't get a corner past the front man.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That drives me insane.
It winds me up so much.
Well.
Do you know why do you... Okay, I've got a theory as to why that is. Why do you think it is, Wayne?
I believe it's because they're aiming for the penalty spot,
They want the near
and
post.
the trajectory isn't right.
I know why they do it. I know why they do it.
Go on, Dino, enlighten us.
Well, if you've seen David Beckham kick a football, I mean, he whips it in, doesn't he? Like right foot. He'll whip one over the wall. His corners, he's trying to actually score.
You think he's trying to score?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's trying to so when you put that, it's like trying to hit a golf ball too hard. You lose your accuracy. So some of them go up to it and they try and put that much pace on the ball. They hit the near post.
But Dean, he's right, because even if that's the case, the amount of times the ball hits that near post, it's so frustrating.
No, what I mean is Tiger Woods can hit a golf ball as hard as he can, accurately, right? Not everyone can do that. Some golfers have to just get it down the fairway. So some of the players taking corners, I say to them, you've hit the, take a bit off it.
You nearly swore, didn't you?
No, take it. I never swore. I said, take a bit off the ball. You go for accuracy rather than power.
Yeah, but they tried to
get it on the button.
you know that one with that perfect trajectory. They try to hit that near post, and the amount of corners that hit the near post and don't get beyond that first man is it's unbelievable. It's a Premier League problem.
Do you know when it drives you mad the most? In the last minute of a game when you get a corner and you need to score, and you go, oh my goodness,
just get it
into an area. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Percentages.
No, you're right.
Take your percentages. Stop trying to whip it too hard. But you're right. It is infuriating.
Anyway, Mikey, thanks for the call. Let's go and speak to another Michael, who's a Man United fan. All right, Mikey.
Hi, Mikey.
Yeah, nice. Hi, Dean. Nice speaking to a fellow Welshman.
All right. Are you Welsh?
I'm half Welsh.
Oh.
If I'm pronouncing it well, from Aberdare.
Aberdare, yeah. Oh. Hey, I tell you what,
Yeah.
I remember playing Aberdare, right? And big playing fields there, about 15 pitches. I played for West Wales. And the manager forgot to bring the shirts. And it was in December. So we had bibs on.
You didn't play in bibs?
We played in bibs, right? And I had them, them white nylon shorts you wore to school.
Right. Well, the ones that chafed?
Yeah, the white nylon ones, yeah. And underneath, I had no underpants on, right? And they got a free kick downwind, right? And I was in the wall, and the ball hit me, right? You got there's 3 items it could strike, right? It missed the bottom 2 and hit me. Honestly, I was nearly sick. That's my memory about Aberdare. It was that cold. I walked. I was crying. I started crying. I was 14.
Little Dean.
I thought I've lost half of it there, Scott. I was looking on the floor for half. That's my memory of Aberdare. Anyway.
It was that cold you couldn't feel it.
I checked the floor. It's on the floor somewhere. It might be still there.
Bloody hell.
Anyway, go on. What have you got?
I got for you. It's the dark arts of football, the VAR, and stuff like that. And when people and they're doing the women's game, I saw it in the Europe when our players got the ball.
Yeah.
The referee went, "Oh, that's a foul to the opposition." I went, "Well, you giving us a card for? You got the ball." You know, if you win the ball fairly, it shouldn't be a foul. And if you've got the ball fairly, you shouldn't get a card. But somehow, it just annoys me when they get it wrong.
Well, do you know what? You know why? Someone will ring up and say players diving in a minute, right? I hope I haven't spoiled someone's phone call, but somebody will say Premier League just falling over for nothing. I used to ref training every day as the manager. I managed 6 teams, right? And I used to ref training every day. And I never used to give any fouls.
Right, okay. Unless it's blatant.
Yeah, unless it's about to cause a fight. You know, if I don't give the foul, the players take their own retribution. But I never used to give fouls, right? And the players stop diving. They don't dive in training because they know they're not going to get a foul out of me.
Never dive in training.
So what's happened now? Because everything in the Premier League's a yellow card, every single bit of contact, they just look for it and they go over because they know they're going to get a foul. But if you stop giving fouls...
But the game has changed, right? The game now, it doesn't take much for an official to give a foul. It doesn't take much contact at all now.
No, that's what I mean.
Everything's
Everything's a yellow card. Everything's a foul.
It's cheating, though, isn't it?
Well, I don't know whether it is...
it's just, you'll find... In sport, the players... Let me just tell you something as well, so everybody's listening out there can get this in their heads. Every single player, every day, cheats.
They don't cheat, they know.
5%. You telling me you've never got like that's our ball. No, ball's gone out of play.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's not cheating.
They cheat every day.
It's not cheating. It's not cheating, mate.
Have you tried refereeing training? Right on your own with no linesman, right?
I've refereed 5-a-side games, right, and it's terrible.
Yeah, because they're all cheating.
They're not all cheating.
They are. They're all going. It's our ball. It's my ball. No, it isn't. Did he touch it? I go right. Be honest, lads. Did you touch that ball?
I know. But...
No. Yes, he did.
I know, but they're
non-stop.
I know, but that's just how it is. And that's how it's going to be, and that's how it should be.
So you realise that...
It's not cheating, though, is it?
Well,
trying to claim something that you know is not... Because you might be out con the ref.
Well, I tell you what
the referee doesn't sometimes know. The others, we've all seen it, right? Where the lino looks at the referee, and they both look at one another, and neither of them have got a clue, right? We've seen it.
Yeah.
Neither of them have got a clue, and the linos look at the ref, and the refs just look at him. The linos has got to make a call on this one. And he just goes, and you think he's guessed. So if you can convince him to get it go your way, you've got a small advantage.
Well,
what's wrong with that?
Well, from little children, 5-year-old, we have been bred that we had to win football matches. And when you start getting paid at 16, the club wants something back for your money.
Yes, they do.
So then you start having to win youth team games.
Yes, you do. And that's fine.
So and managers are saying to you, if you train properly, you'll play on Saturday. So training becomes like World War III.
Yes, it does.
So players will find a way of bending the rules.
That's right.
Non-stop.
What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But like people think, they're cheating on Saturdays. They do it every day in training.
They do. It's not cheating. That's.
Someone touches you and you fall over.
No, but that's.
Like the ball's out of play. You know it's out of play. And you go, it wasn't out.
Dino, everyone claims for it, mate. Everyone claims for it. Oh, the crowd are cheating then. Sometimes the crowd are there. They claim for everything. They know it's not come off there. Come on. It's just the way that's not the worst thing in football. Claiming for something that's not yours.
No, it's bending the rules.
Well, cool, trying to convince...
Like, I could make you give a penalty against me. I had certain players I played against. I could get a penalty out of them.
Well, that's good play.
Yeah.
That's good. That's not cheating, though, is it?
That's not cheating.
No, it's not. No.
If you're daft enough to stick your leg in...
100% right. If you're going to stick a leg out, you're going to trip over it and you're going to go down and give the referee a good decision, mate. The defender's the idiot, not you.
Yeah. Stay on your feet and defend properly.
So there you go. You come around the mark.
Don't dive in. Yeah.
Keep them coming, gang. 03717 2233 taking your more calls on the biggest gripes in football. Loads of calls are coming in at the moment. You are listening to the record-breaking sports. We're here on talkSPORT. We're talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT app today. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the...
If only you could have that conversation that we just had in the break there. Dino might reveal a little bit of that in a second.
Day's working.
Eh?
Day's working.
Well, honestly, you're terrible, mate. What about your...
What? Black shampoo?
It's not. I can't believe that, mate.
Can you remember you used to be able to come on the radio in your pyjamas?
What do you mean?
Because there was no cameras on us. Now we got cameras on us.
I was on a show in a onesie once, but couldn't do that anymore. That's Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy. This is the Sportswear here on talkSPORT. Still to come. We'll be joined by comedian broadcaster Ian Stone, who's a big gooner, getting his thoughts on that. First, though, we're going to continue discussing your biggest gripes in football. 03717223344. Let's go and speak to Dorian. It says Dorian Charlton. I'm guessing Dorian is a Charlton fan. Not that's your second name. Dorian, good evening.
Evening, Dorian. Are you there?
Dorian?
Are you there?
Dorian. No.
She's fell asleep listening to us.
Chances gone. Let's go and speak to Deep. Is that Deep, a Chelsea fan?
Well, yeah, sort of a Chelsea fan. It's my home club's actually Derby, but I've been living around Chelsea now for about 35 years, so that's the team I follow.
So you've dumped Derby, basically?
No, it depends who's winning.
Yeah.
So right now it's Chelsea.
Right.
And this season, Dino was big at... I remember seeing Dino at the baseball ground quite a few times. Super striker. Don't know why he left Derby, but there we go.
Well, do you know what? The baseball ground was... I love playing there. I mean, you must have played there, Jace. The front row was about arm's length from the touchline. And you've been there. One night, I was playing against Coventry at the baseball ground, Tuesday night, right?
Go on.
Tuesday night. Fog. The game's nearly off because of the fog.
Right.
And I run down the right wing. Trevor Peake, centre-half, has come across down the right channel and he slid right through me. Like, took the ball, and I've slid off the side of the pitch onto the track, and I've hit my shoulder on the advertising board. And I thought, I've dislocated my shoulder. Gordon Guthrie, the physio, runs up the track. All right, son, how are you doing? I said, I think I've dislocated my shoulder. Good. Next thing I hear, get up, young man, get up. I thought, who's that? Who's that shouting? Young man, there's nothing wrong with you. Get up.
That's very good.
And I looked, it's only Brian Clough, who's the manager of Forest. What he's doing there, I don't know.
He's looking at you.
He's come down the steps from the back of the stand.
Then you get
and then, when I sat up, I looked up, he's got a flat cap on, and he's running back up the steps. It was Brian Clough. All game, I was thinking, I'm sure that was Brian Clough. Like, but what's he doing shouting at me?
Because he wants to sign you.
But the baseball ground was great atmosphere. I loved playing at Derby. Great.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're a Chelsea fan now, Deep. What do you want to say?
Right, my biggest gripe, and I get irritated every time I see it. Player gets injured on the field. Yeah. Manager turns around to the sub and says, "Son, you're on." Instead of being there, ready and going, he's got to take the necklace off that his mum gave him. He's got to take his ear stud off because that's something somebody else gave him. He's got to change his shirt, right? He's got to pull his socks up and put his shin pads in. And just before he goes on, he's got to have a drink of water, a bit of anti-cramp gel, and then he's got to wet his hair as well. And it's so irritating because if I were playing for a team, I'd want to be ready as a sub. And I just hate all this faffing around. The next thing they'll be doing is they'll be putting showers right next to the dugout so the player can have a shower before he goes on. It's
do you know what?
So irritating.
As a manager, it's worse. Yeah. Honestly. I'm feeling what you're saying now. I've stood there and I've looked round and like.
But why do managers put up with that?
Well, I in the end,
got the pads in their hands, right? They've got the shirt. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Just have his shirt on.
Well, I'd explain it to him in the dressing room as well. If after a couple of times it's happened, it irritated me. I'd say, lads, listen, I said, right, you once you get on the pitch and you take the opposition on, there's only a couple of ways I can influence the game. Yeah. It's substitutions as the manager. I can change the game with tactically or substitution. So sometimes these substitutions happen just like that within a split second, and I've decided to change someone. If you're not ready to come on,
I agree.
Right? If you are not ready, come and see me on Monday morning and tell me why you're not ready to go on.
But that's on your watch, by the way. You're the gaffer.
Yeah. So I start, and it stopped happening. I said, and if you're not, one day I had a right winger got injured right on half time, and the lad weren't ready to come on. Who I could have played there. He's not ready to come on, and it was like a minute before half time. So I got in at half time. I said, right, hey, listen, I said, you should have been ready to go on there. I said, you can come on, can't you, and do a job for me on the right. He looked at me and went, I'll try my best. I went, what do you mean you'll try your best? He went, I'll give it a go. I went, do us a favour, just forget it. I went, you go on instead of him. He don't want to play. Honestly. But he annoyed me because he wasn't ready to come on.
Yeah. And
he'd already annoyed me. So I put someone else on instead of him.
What happened?
Well, it stopped happening. You got to tell him.
So what happened in the game?
Oh, we obviously won. My tactical decisions made the difference. The substitutions.
Tactics with
No, but it does annoy you. Like,
of course it does, yeah. Well, fans sit there and see it, though. At times you turn around the bench and the lads have got the tops on.
I turned around one day and one of them had a pair of trainers on.
No, don't lie.
It was. Yeah, he didn't have his boots on even. He had trainers on because it was cold, freezing. Yeah, he still got. He hadn't put his boots on.
That's unacceptable. Deep, thanks for the call. Let's go and speak to Dorian. We did try and speak earlier, but couldn't get through. Dorian, good evening.
Hi, Dorian.
How we doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, good. Dorian, you're a Charlton fan. That's not your second name, right?
No, I'm a Charlton fan. That's right. Yeah.
How are you? All right?
Not bad, boys. I've got to say, I heard you boys say earlier that Ed Sheeran's got his own squad number at Ipswich, and that's utter woke nonsense.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I know. It's a bit strange.
No, when certain things happen and you retire certain numbers, I've got no issue with that. But if you're not in the playing squad, are you giving him a playing number? Is he going to go and play left wing? No, he's not. I bet he couldn't do 5 minutes of centre half, couldn't do 5 minutes in goal. Why are you giving him a squad number?
Well, he probably gives him about 30 million a year.
I think that there might be a reason.
I've got to be honest. If they want to play him centre mid against Charlton, we play him. You know what? Give him a squad number. He can play him. We'll smash him 5-0. I've got no problem with that.
Who's the most famous Charlton fan?
What's his name? He was in blue or something, wasn't he? I can't remember his name.
Duncan?
No, Costa.
Jim.
And he's blue. He's a Spurs fan. Go on. Who else? Duncan?
Jim Davison's a Charlton fan, but I'm not sure whether we're allowed to say that or not.
No. Well, you can. I mean, he's a Charlton fan. He's a Charlton fan. I can't imagine.
Hey, by the way, Charlton are on the way back, aren't they?
Oh, they're on the way back, Dorian.
We're so back.
Yeah.
You're back, are you?
I've got to be honest. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, the idea is to stay up. We've made some great signings. I'd like to think we're comfortably up. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday are in the mud. Hull City have got a transfer embargo. I'd like to think we're better than, when we play Pompey, that's a guaranteed 3 points. So you'd like to think that we're probably all right there. So.
Dorian, how old are you?
28.
28, right? So you wouldn't have seen the Valley, the side of the pitch where that one side of the pitch, the terracing went back for miles. That side of the pitch that bank held 65,000 people. Just one side of the ground.
I can only imagine.
I made my debut there.
65,000.
65,000.
Chill.
Yeah. There's like 80,000. I bet someone will ring up. The biggest attendance for Charlton ever.
You were there? They made your debut?
I was about to say, I think we do hold one of the highest attendances. I think it was a silly number back in the old Valley, obviously long time ago. I think we did have one of the highest attendances. We were mustard, but I was only born in 96, so I grew up with Dennis Romadole, Dean Kiley, Chris Powell, and all the other gangs.
Yeah. Mendonca?
Graham Stewart.
Mendonca. All of the above.
Yeah. Listen,
it's all about Gasman had me now. We're all about him. Gasman had me.
Yeah. All right, bud. Well, listen, have a good season. Thanks for the call, Dorian.
Cheers, Dorian.
Yes, Dorian. The mustard. It's a great mustard, mate.
Hey, I'm going to ask the lads. Now,
right, okay.
I think I've got a feeling it's 100,000 at Charlton.
I don't know whether one side of the pitch could hold 80,000.
65.
65.
Yeah.
Just
one side of the pitch.
Just one side?
Yeah, the terracing.
So if the other side was packed as well, that's 100...
No, it weren't that big. This side was small.
Right,
but that side was
I don't know
terracing.
there was a big bank. Was it not behind the goal?
No.
It was on the side of the pitch.
It was just... it went on forever.
Okay, well, listen, let us know. 03717223344. Next up, though, Ian Stone, comedian, even broadcaster and massive Arsenal fan, will join us. You are listening to the Sports Bar. Record-breaking Sports Bar here on talkSPORT. With talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT betting app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Good evening. Thank you very much for your company. You are listening to the Record Breaking Sports Ways Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy. Next up, though, we're going to be speaking to all-round good egg comedian, broadcaster and a gooner. It's Ian Stone. He joins us down the line from Edinburgh, I believe. Ian, good evening, sir.
Evening, Ian.
Evening, chaps.
How are you, matey? You're up in there at the festival, right?
I'm up at the Edinburgh Festival, and we had to deal with Storm Floris, whatever it was called yesterday. It was pretty wicked, to be honest with you. But, people were just glad to get indoors and have a laugh for an hour, to be honest with you.
I bet,
Ian,
mate. How are you? You well? Sorry, Dan. Are you well? Life's treating you well?
I'm having a great time up here. I mean, I turn up at the gig and people are paid to see me, and they laugh. It could be worse.
Ian, I was just gonna ask you, comedian. Yeah. It's the world out there for comedians right now is like dangerous. You can't say anything, can you, without upsetting someone?
You can.
Do you have to adjust it? A little bit.
You can. I mean, obviously, you got to read the crowd a little bit. And when I started on the Middle East, everyone looked a bit tense. But you just ease them in and make sure they understand that you know what you're doing, and everyone's fine. And you know what? If they're not fine, they'll get over it.
Yeah, deal with it. Listen, Ian. Listen, really appreciate your time, bud. I know you're a busy boy and you're working up there, but I really appreciate you're going to keep you here for at least until 15:15.
It's all right. Got nothing else to do, mate.
Well, listen, thank you very much. Listen, you're a massive gooner.
Yes.
Last season, talk to us about that. It offered and promised so much, but in the end, didn't quite deliver what you wanted.
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say the injuries? It's injuries, isn't it? It was
don't just
injuries.
The red cards and all that sort of stuff. And
yeah, a little bit we shot ourselves in the foot. A little bit we didn't have cover. Various things, but next season. It's all about the next. It's all about moving forward next season.
But then you saw Spurs win a trophy, saw Chelsea win 2 trophies, and Palace pick up a trophy. You're falling behind in the capital, Ian.
I did Tottenham win a trophy. I never paid any attention. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Dean. It's lovely to speak to you and everything, but I can't believe Jamie's not here that I could patronise him. Really, but I know. But we're going for the big ones. You see,
he's going for the big dogs, right? Okay.
You know what though? And people don't want to hear it, do they? Like injuries and all that. But Liverpool didn't have hardly any, and they only lost 2 games. And Arsenal, you lost Saka for 4 months. Imagine Salah was injured for Liverpool.
Exactly that.
So that's what cost them.
But do you know what, right? I think that you need to look at Arteta and Slot. Slot deserves a huge amount of credit for getting that through that season and having players like Van Dijk and Salah who need to be man-managed. I felt at times, though, Ian, and we had Arsenal fans phone up saying that Saka injury was coming. You mean Havertz picked up an hamstring and warm weather training? I don't even know how that's possible.
It had been coming. I mean, they were all. Listen, we had such a tiny squad, and listen, I think what Dean said is right. If Liverpool lose Salah for 3 months and we keep Saka for those 3 months, I think we win the title. I genuinely do. But that being said, our squad was too small, which is why we got Andrea Berta in. He's buying all these players because it was obvious to everyone. And the injuries. Yeah, it was in. You know what? It's not just about injuries. It's about injuries in key positions and cluster injuries as well, isn't it? Really. And we the year before we lost too many defenders. This time we lost all the attackers. Mikel Merino playing up front. I mean, he did very, very well. But I think we did suffer a little bit. But on the other hand, we also had players sent off at inopportune moments, and we didn't help ourselves.
And Liverpool only lost 2 games.
They were brilliant last year.
So
they were
how do you jump above that?
Well, yeah, there is that as well. So I know there's a lot of noise around Arsenal and Arsenal fan TV and all the rest of it. But the sensible fans, I think they're watching it going, do you know what? We ended up getting beaten and only just beaten by PSG in the semi-final of the Champions League. And we still finished second, although quite a distant second, I must add. And I think a lot of fans still see progress, I mean, we absolutely spanked Real Madrid in the quarter-final and we pushed PSG. I mean, if Donnarumma's not played a worldie, I think we can beat them when we go on to win it. So certainly from my point of view, I'm pretty positive. And now with the additions, I'm quite excited. Yeah. Very excited, actually.
Well, I mean, the Gyökeres signing, it does feel about 2 seasons too late, in all honesty. I don't know how, Ian, I remember having you in the studio a couple of seasons ago, and we would have had this conversation. Gooners have been screaming on the sports bar about an area, and then there was even some gooner a couple of weeks ago before Gyökeres signed, thinking that they wouldn't buy another striker in the window. He was that kind of. His head was in such a terrible space that he felt that the club didn't see the problem that you fans saw.
I mean, look, it's not the first time it's happened. I mean, Arsene Wenger had Manuel Almunia in goal for 5 years, and we're going, come on a minute. And also, where was the holding midfield player? I mean, this happens quite a lot. And yeah, you're right. We have had that. We've had discussions about strikers for the last couple of seasons, but we feel like we finally might have solved the problem now. And there does seem to be cover all over the pitch, particularly, I think, if Eze turns up on the left. I think if Eze turns up and we play him on the left or swap him with Madueke and give Saka a bit of a time off, I think we're going to come very, very close. But you know what? I have sat in your studio a number of times and said that before, but I'll just keep saying it until we finally get there.
Well, there's not many passengers in that squad. You go through it. Trossard, Martinelli. I don't know where Trossard's going to leave. You've got Jesus. He'll be fit, surely. Start the season. You go through it.
We got two in each
Party's
position.
gone. Rice. Saliba,
we got two.
Gabriel.
We got two.
Mendy's come in. I just want to ask your thoughts on Madueke, Ian. I'm a fan, right? And I was disappointed that Chelsea let him go. I understand why. For the fee, it was good business from Chelsea's point of view. Personally, I'd like to have seen him stay. I think there's a quality player in there, but a lot of the Gooners weren't happy, Ian, and a small minority of them, of course. But that ridiculous petition. I mean, that was. I mean, that's where...
Oh, don't. I mean, it's embarrassing for us, to be honest with you, when fans start doing that. Listen, there's a couple of problems. First of all, if we'd have bought the striker first, if Gyökeres would have been the first striker, anyone else who comes in, it's a little bonus to us. The second issue, and this is not having a go, Jason, is Chelsea, right? We've had a lot of players off of Chelsea. Some of them have been better than others. We really love Havertz. Jorginho did well for us. But we also had Raheem Sterling last year.
He's only a loan, though. It's not like...
No. But and we had Willian before that and David Luiz before that. And so and Petr Cech.
I know there was a bit. There was a couple of weird ones going. I will give you. Yeah, but
also
Noni's a good signing. I'll tell you that for nothing.
I like him. I like him a lot.
I watched him a lot. What's he good at and what's he not very good at?
Right, so tell you what, the first thing he does, he's direct. First thing he'd do, he looked to take the fullback on. And what he did at the back end of last season, he really did help us finish in the top four because we had a problem on the left, right? Mudryk had the suspension. Sancho wasn't quite doing enough and he didn't know quite whether to put out Pedro on the left and Noni on the right. And that's what it was. Eventually put Noni out on the left. And I think one of the reasons Arteta's gone for him is because versatility, he actually done a really good job on the left. He done really well. And
what's his shooting like, Jason? What's his
I think there are improvements to come in his game. And finishing is definitely going to be one of those. But
what's the downside?
48 million quid.
Well, 52, I think.
Does he? Or was it whatever? A large amount of money. It's a big fee.
It is a big fee, but I like him. It may be a bit chunky on the fee, but it's not your money. I don't know why fans worry about that.
It is a little bit.
Well,
I do pay the season tickets.
I know, but you can't. It's not going to affect your life, is it? If another 2 or 3 million on top, I think it's a good sign. It might be a little bit lumpy, but I genuinely feel.
I think he's a fullback wrecker. One of them wingers that on his day he ruins the fullback's career.
Tell you,
the other thing is, boys, the pace. He's got pace. We haven't got a lot of pace in our team. I mean, Martinelli is really the only pace we got. And Madueke has got pace. Saka's got pace, but not killer pace. He'll take someone on and beat him, and we love him for it. But I think also as cover. Because Saka, as you said, that injury was coming. He played every game since he was about 8, and he needed a rest, and we knew it was going to happen, and I think even he knew it was going to happen as well. So listen, I'm happy with Madueke, but let's see how it goes.
All right, matey. Look, we've got to go to break. Ian's going to stay with us over the top of the hour. We're going to continue to talk a little bit about Arsenal. Max Dowman as well, by the way. What a superstar he looks. Only 15 years of age. And they keep producing them. They've got Skelly. They've got Neri. They've got a lot of young players coming through. The future looks bright for Arsenal. We'll continue to keep Ian on the line as well. You are listening to the Sportswear here on talkSPORT. talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT betting app today. 18 plus. BeGamblerWare.org.
did it all come crashing down for Wales so suddenly? In his first tenure in charge, Warren Gatland built a dynasty, taking young guns and turning them into giants, not just for Wales, but for the Lions as well. 4 Six Nations titles, 3 of them Grand Slams, and in 2019, a world #1 ranking. But then, a record drop-off, golden generation all but gone, a first wooden spoon for 21 years and 14 losses on the bounce. Why? Perhaps the main reason was poor spending. During Gatland's first tenure, the WRU committed its funds to world-leading training facilities for the national side, but underinvested in the club scene. Despite Ireland raking in similar overall revenues, its union would be committing up to £30 million a year more than Wales to their provincial clubs. In 2023, a report found the WRU had flitted away an £84 million TV deal on the purchase of a Cardiff hotel and a zip wire above the Principality. At the same time, the regional budgets and salary caps were being slashed, and they're still being cut. Add this to a distinct lack of player pathways when compared to the private school-fueled setups in Ireland, Scotland and England, the continuous rise of football's popularity and generational talents going elsewhere. It all meant when Abby Tierney became CEO, having never worked in sport before, she had a mountain to climb. And yet the beauty of sport, of course, is it isn't played in the boardroom, and sometimes it takes surprisingly little for the narrative to shift almost overnight. When Gatland left for the second time, interim coach Matt Sherratt only had 3 training sessions before Wales's next game, but the team looked unrecognisable, and all he did was pick players in the right positions and provide a bit of attacking structure. Suddenly, Wales were back pushing Ireland to the wire. As Gatland's first tenure taught us, for Wales' success to be sustainable, once the books are balanced, the regions need more money, salary caps need boosting, player pathways need investment. But it doesn't have to mean Wales lose every game in the meantime.
Thank you very much for your company. You are listening to Record Breaking Sports right here on talkSPORT. He's Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy. Still to come, we will speak to Ben Jacobs about the transfer Tittle Tattle, the rest of talkSPORT, and we'll also have the Rad for this back pages before we go to a little bit of midnight train action. Get your calls in for that one. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes. But we're still being kept on the line, and delighted to say Ian Stone, broadcaster, comedian, big old gooner. He's up in Edinburgh for us. Ian, thank you very much for staying on the line with us. But what are you laughing at?
Big old gooner.
Big
You're
old,
absolutely right.
Well, you are a big old gooner.
I am.
It's not criticism.
Oh, no. I didn't take it that way. I love it as well. I absolutely love it.
On a serious point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dino's never serious, by the way.
My take on Arteta.
Yeah.
Arsenal, at one point, were heading down the Man United road, and he stopped the ship sinking. Yeah. He actually stopped the ship, which was like they give him enough time to slow it down.
Yeah.
He got rid of the bad attitudes. He got them out the club, and every single player he's got in that squad, has all got a good attitude. If you look, forget the talent, he's changed the culture, and there's massive clubs trying to win the Premier League. Finishing second's I don't think it's failure. Even if they finish second next year, I still don't think it's failure. Liverpool have spent 300 million. Man City have spent 300 million. So you've got to jump above all of them. So you can. You can lose 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah. Dean, I'm absolutely with you. I'd like to record what you just said and play that to AFTV, to be honest with you, just to go listen to this man. This is the truth. I think I mean, listen, on that being said, I think we need to win something this season and win something big as well.
So when you say that, Ian, when you say something big, okay, you're talking about the Premier League and the Champions League, aren't you?
Yeah, that is. I am talking about the Premier League and the Champions League, yeah, because I think they've spent... Now, the FA Cup is great, but it won't be enough, I don't think, to appease the fan base. That's my point. I mean, I think it will for some people, but I think the fan base now expects us. We've been challenging, we came very close a couple of seasons ago. We've got to win something, really. I mean, look, we're not living in times like we used to, where second, 3-4 seasons in a row, you go, God, we're really good. But it's not enough for people now. So I think we have to win one of those two. And I think they've bought a squad that can do that, in my opinion.
But what about finishing second to Liverpool, who spent 300 million on top of winning the league and winning the FA Cup? Is that not enough?
I think also depends because, last
how
season,
you finish second.
Last season, Liverpool, I don't think Slot could quite believe how comfortable Liverpool were. I don't think Liverpool were brilliant. I thought they were good. They were efficient. I don't think they were put under any pressure, and they've embarrassed the rest of the Premier League. That's
they only lost 2 games, Chase, because
they did. But I think this Liverpool side next season will be better than what we saw last season.
Yeah, I would agree.
By some distance, I think, as well.
Because it depends if they get Isak, doesn't it, really? Because they will be frightening if they get him. But they had the best centre half in the league, and they had the best forward player in the league, didn't they? And they had almost no injuries. And I thought they were excellent, Liverpool. They were really, really good. But we drew with them twice. I think we're as good as them. But I just think we dropped too many stupid points, and for the reasons I said, for injuries and shooting ourselves in the foot with silly sendings off. But we'll be better this year, and that's what you want from your team, right?
Who else do you think? Put the top two aside for 1 second. Chelsea will be stronger. I don't think we'll win the title, but I think we can go closer than we did last season. City will come again.
Yeah.
I just wonder, who do you think? Who's the pack?
It's those 4, isn't it? It is those 4. I think those probably be top 4. I think Man United can't be any worse, but they won't be that much better. Tottenham will push as well. Maybe Villa. But the top 4 is Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City, I would say. And I think Chelsea will get tired about March, right? Without the pre-season. So I'm saying Arsenal, City, Liverpool, top 3.
Right. Okay.
I agree. I think Chelsea have spent 1.6 billion on their team right?
This weekend,
and they try. But the reason they're doing that is to try and win the Premier League
eventually. Yeah. Of course.
Now Liverpool have spent 300 million trying to win the Premier League. Man City the same. So they're going to have their own little table. And the only time you can hurt each other is when you play each other.
Yeah, and we've got a good record against the big 4, big 6 or whatever. We haven't lost against one of them for quite some time. So it's more about maintaining that and then doing the business against the teams who do the low block. The Fulhams, the West Hams, whoever. And we've had a few problems with that. But can we talk a little bit about Max Dowman, by the way?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I mentioned that.
My goodness. I mean, you talked about him, and you've got to give credit to Haaaaas, to Per Mertesacker. I mean, Bukayo Saka came through, and he's a superstar. But now Ethan Waneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly and Max Dowman, my goodness, he's 15. And in pre-season, he looked better than anyone on the pitch.
Yeah.
And we were saying, if we paid 50 million quid for him and he played like that, we go, wow, we got one. But he's 15 and he looks like that.
Yes,
it's ridiculous. I mean, I know you guys understand that, there's a big difference between a 15-year-old playing that well and a 20-year-old doing it on a regular basis. But it's exciting for the fans, and we love those homegrown players. So
and I think the academy needs to be a huge amount of credit to the academy for producing players, because you might get 1 or 2 of those coming through every 3, 4, 5 seasons, but they have that little cluster that you've got. Lewis Skelly, I mean, this kid,
love him.
He could go on and play at left back for England for as long as he's fit.
I know.
Honestly, I genuinely feel that.
He could break the appearance record for the Arsenal. He's 18 and he stepped in that team and now he's playing for England, scored in his debut. Wonderful footballer. Did Erling Haaland's celebration in front of him, which I talk about in my show, by the way, in great detail, because why not? And it's exciting for the fans to have this homegrown talent who've been at the club since they were 8 or 9 years old coming through and doing what they're doing. Plus, it saves us about £500 million.
Well, young Waneri is, so obviously to get in the first team like Skelly, they've got big hurdles they've got to get over, young players like this.
Yeah.
and the hurdles start getting bigger and bigger. So Wanyeri, Shaban O'Hearn come in to me and Alan Brazil one morning and said, back page of the headline. She does the back pages. She said, what do you think of this story? Wanyeri's demanded he gets game time off Arteta. So what do you think of that? So me and Alan have gone, obviously, well, you can't demand game time off the manager. You're a young player. You just get your head down. And when you get a chance, you pick it. So Wanyeri's dad rung me. He never rung me. He rung Jay Buthroyd, who was on the putting green. And he said, I've got Wanyeri's dad wants to have a word with you. And he's a massive Aston Villa fan. And he said, can I just tell you, that never happened.
Right.
I said, well, I was going off the back pages of the newspapers. Like, I was just asked to comment on it. I didn't say that. I said, what I did say, it wouldn't be him. It'd be his agent that said that. He said, I'm his agent. So I went, oh. He was really polite. And I said, listen, I'm really sorry. I said, I didn't realise you were his agent. But all these little things like this are now back page headlines for him. Yeah. He's got to get over it. Yeah. So some of them, when they're young, they can't, like, it's difficult for them to, all of a sudden they're really famous.
You want to see a pathway through, don't you? I mean, Miles Lewis-Skelly, we didn't know it was going to happen the way it did. We bought Riccardo Calafiori. He gets injured. Miles Lewis-Skelly comes in, and suddenly you can't leave him out. No. I mean, he's playing against Real Madrid in the quarter-final, and he's absolutely brilliant. And you're going, what has happened here? And he gets his England debut. Ethan Waneri, it's been a slightly more difficult path, but they want guarantees they're going to play because they get picked from those teams.
It's hard.
It's difficult. It is difficult.
I think going back to Arsenal season as well, there were a number of reasons that you've highlighted, and some may be self-inflicted, but Odegaard's performances haven't lived up to the previous 2 or 3 seasons, I don't think. And I think up until last season, I think he was probably the most, or certainly in the bracket, the most consistent number 10s that we had in the Premier League. But last season, yes, but I felt that perhaps it wasn't as influential.
No, also got injured in the international break and was out for about 8 weeks. And when he came back, he was never quite the same and quite as influential. But I think having Zubimendi come in and having Rice can go a bit further forward, I think it might unlock Martin Odegaard as well. That's what I'm hoping, because I think they sort of know each other from Sociedad. So it's all about relationships on the pitch, isn't it? And I think Martin sometimes felt a bit alone on there. Of course, also Saka, he likes moving to the right with Saka as well. So I don't know. I see that we have got a squad, and
every player you name's a world beater.
Yeah, we've got some talent. We have got, and Declan Rice is going to get better as well, by the way. So no, listen, boys. I mean, you got me on. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in Edinburgh. I'm having a good time, but I'm really excited about the season. I can't wait to start. Get me on in a couple of weeks when Man United nick a 1-1 draw and see how I feel then.
Gyökeres, I just want to go back to. I know we touched on that, and the way that Arsenal play. There was a couple of times last season where Havertz, he's not a natural goal scorer. No. He gets it in a great area. He's technically a brilliant footballer, but he's not. He doesn't have that killer instinct in front of goal. And there were so many moments last season where Havertz didn't quite have the know-how as a striker that Dino would have had, or to finish those one touch or get in there. That could be a huge difference as well, right? Having someone that if he can get off to a flying start.
Well, I mean, they asked Gyökeres, would you rather get a last-minute winner or be a hat-trick hero? And he said hat-trick hero without any hesitation. The boy just wants to score goals, right? I mean, the way he shoots, I mean, as soon as he gets it, he just wants to whack it as hard as he can. And we haven't had one of them for quite some time. And he's got a bit of righty about him, I think. And that's what we want to see for a while. As you said, Jay, I've been coming on the show for a couple of years going, when are we going to get one? Yeah. I think we've got one, but we'll see. But let's be fair, if Mikel Merino can get 10 up front, he's a midfielder who never played up front before he did play
he done
up
very
front.
well.
If Mikel Merino can get goals, I think Gyökeres will get a hatful.
We had Michael Owen on the breakfast show last week.
What did he think?
Well, we were talking about it, that the lack of strikers who were, actual goal scorers, poachers, who actually didn't care if they weren't involved in the game. I wasn't particularly bothered. If I was Ian Rush, definitely wasn't bothered.
Yeah.
But we were taught from young, different finishes, different situations. Every day we were out on the training pitch, we'd do one-on-ones with a goalkeeper, and the coach would stop us and say, if he comes running out at you, if he's on his way, his feet are moving towards you, you can go round him. If he plants his feet, you can't. And we were taught this up until from when we were kids. So your movement in the box, you were taught, like, get out of the defender's eye line, get across him near post. One of you goes to near post, the other one goes round the far post. And you were, like, hunting in pairs. Yeah. I don't think they're being taught now because of the style of football, 4-3-3.
So you don't play two up top.
No, you don't play two. No. And, like, Salah are the wide players. They're like forwards now, aren't they? Yeah. They're not wingers, they're forwards. And the main man up the middle, for example, Firmino, he used to just come towards the ball, not really bothered about getting in the box, and the other two used to run in behind him. Yeah. So it's a different style of football, and unfortunately, we've lost the art of poachers.
I think that is true, but I think the other thing, I've done loads of work with Wrighty, and Wrighty used to say when he used to train against Tony Adams and Martin Keown, that was harder than playing in games. And I think the level of squad we got now, if Gyökeres is trained against Gabriel and Saliba, he ain't coming up against many better central defensive pairings than those two. Do you know, I'm getting excited.
I can tell that. You're going to win everything. The quadruple's on here.
No, I'm not saying that. One will do, as long as it's a biggie.
Hey, listen, you've been an absolute superstar, buddy, as always. Look, tell us what you're up to. Give your shows a plug and so on.
Well, I'm doing a show up here called Looking for the Wow, right? Which obviously is one of the two main trophies, but it's not just about that. And then I'm taking that, so that's here in Edinburgh every day at 4:00 at the Counting House. And then I am on tour from January the 15th, I think, next year. Just go up my website, Ian Stone Comedian, and tickets are available there.
Ian, make sure you come and join us as well halfway through the season, all right?
Oh, yes, I will be there. Especially if things go the way
Things go the way, yeah. Well, O'Hara and I will be loving it if it doesn't. But listen, you're a good lad.
Thanks, Ian.
Thanks for your time, bud. Take care.
He's funny.
Ian Stone, the comedian broadcaster, and big old gooner, as I described him.
I was watching him on 8 out of 10 Cats.
Yeah.
About 2 nights ago. I was flicking through the channels and it was on. He was on it.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a great boy. Yes, thank you very much for your company. Next up, though, we're going to be speaking to Ben Jacobs. He'll be guiding us through all the latest transfer tittle-tattle. That's fair enough, isn't it? The old tittle-tattle?
Tittle-tattle.
Tittle-tattle.
Yeah.
Gossip. All of that sort of stuff. Is it going to be an Isak and says it's going to be a free zone or not? We don't know. We just don't know. You are listening to Sports here on talkSPORT, talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT betting app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Good evening, Easting Shores. I'm Jason, and this is the record-breaking Sports Bar. And around about 40 minutes' time, we'll have the midnight train to madness. Before that, though, we will be having the back pages. But next up now, let's take a look at the latest transfer rules for talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
And right, so join us now on the right to go through all the transfer tallies. Ben Jacobs, talkSPORT's transfer guru, one of many that we have here. Ben, good evening, sir.
Evening,
Good
Ben.
evening. How are you?
Very well indeed, matey. Look,
By the way, Ben, is it the camera? Tremendous set of teeth you got there.
The teeth are pretty good. My dad's actually a dentist, believe it or not. So I got no excuse. I've done my Invisalign, my braces, my whitening.
oh well, you got some big old compliments on your gnashers.
Yeah.
The rest of the face is the problem, but the teeth are fine.
Let's move on. So what's going on, Shesko? That feels as though it's going to be the domino effect if things go. If he goes to Newcastle, then he feels like Isak and so on and so on. I don't want to bore people with it, but where are we right now, this very second? Manchester United a little bit further down the line than Newcastle, would you say?
I think Newcastle are further down the line in terms of the club to club, but Manchester United's belief this evening is real confidence that Benjamin Sesko wants to move to Old Trafford. And with that, of course, they can very easily go to Leipzig and strike a deal. So naturally, Newcastle's offer is higher. It's a better structure. But I'm told that Newcastle have thrown the kitchen sink on the agent side, on the player side, with Leipzig. And yet still, he's not on a plane to Newcastle. And Manchester United never planned on bidding without player buy-in. And this evening, 24 hours or so after making their first formal approach, Manchester United's feeling is that the player wants to join Manchester United. And usually in this type of context, players get their way. Manchester United might need to up their offer. But I think there's a real feeling now that Sesko is going to end up at Old Trafford, not St James's Park.
Ben, I was talking to Jason in the break about what's going on here, because you wouldn't bid 75 million and make yourself look stupid unless the player's agreed through his agent that he wants to sign for you. So a couple of things could be going on, being involved in these things in the past. Either the agent's telling both clubs that he wants to sign for both of them and he's playing them one against the other to get more money. The agent might be getting paid more off Man United than Newcastle. So he persuades the player, because that's what they do. They persuade the player to sign for that club because he might be getting more money. Someone's told Isak to start causing havoc around the club and let it be known that you are not staying there. So they want to get rid of you. So there's lots of things going on, but I can't believe one of these clubs is going to look stupid. How can you bid 75 million for a player and he decides not to sign for you? Surely it's all locked in. Something's going on somewhere that's not quite right.
Yeah, I think for Newcastle, it's a familiar pattern. They tried to go early on this one and blow Manchester United out the water. But if Newcastle miss out on Benjamin Sesko, it will be throughout the summer this familiar pattern of being highly ambitious in their targets, and people forget that, but losing out when another club comes along, maybe because they can offer more money, maybe the project just suits the player. But if Newcastle lose out on Sesko to Manchester United, it will naturally get pointed out that the front three, Matheus Cunha, Newcastle target, Brian and Bruno, Newcastle target, Benjamin Sesko, Newcastle target, all three players ending up at Manchester United. Add to that João Pedro to Chelsea, James Trafford to Manchester City, and naturally a lot of Newcastle fans are going to be a little bit worried. Though again, I come back to what I said before. This is a window with Champions League football where Newcastle have elevated the calibre of signings that they're looking for. But I think in essence, what's happening is just two different tactics. Newcastle knew from day one that they would be bidding without a categorical yes from Sesko. So they had to be quick. They had to bid high. They had to give the agent what he wanted. And they had to hope that last night in particular, when Manchester United saw that big 90 million euros number, they went, wait a minute, we've got an out to walk away here. And we can always say we were never going to bid because Benjamin Sesko was too expensive. By Manchester United not doing that, and in fact going to the opposite extreme and putting down an 85 million euros bid, I think the feeling is they've got confidence that Sesko wants to join. And that's why my expectation is eventually this deal will get done and Sesko will head to Manchester, not Newcastle.
Ollie Watkins has been linked with Manchester United a number of times over the last 3 or 4, so certainly loosely. Is there any interest still there for Ollie Watkins?
Yeah, I think the Watkins situation is fascinating because clubs have made inquiries. Newcastle United and again Manchester United. They've been told that Watkins is 60 million and that Villa don't really want to sell. You got Evan Gessard coming in from Nice, but my expectation is he's more a John Duran replacement, albeit a belated one, a younger attacker who's versatile to play with and offer competition to Ollie Watkins, not to replace him. But Watkins throughout the window, as time ticks away, may be subject of an approach. I think it's logical to say whoever misses out on Šeško from Man United and Newcastle will turn to either Ollie Watkins or Nicholas Jackson. And in Newcastle's case, in addition, Johan Wissa, because they want two attackers to come in. So keep an eye on the Watkins situation, but Villa's stance hasn't changed. They don't want to sell. They won't sell without another replacement in addition to Gessard. Maybe that's Jackson. And as things stand, therefore, Watkins is going to be tough to get out of Aston Villa. Jackson's a different story because Chelsea are now willing to sell. It's just their valuation is quite high. So we'll have to wait and see whether anyone meets it. But of course, if you're Chelsea, you're rubbing your hands here because Jackson's been linked with Man U. Jackson's been linked with Newcastle. Both of these clubs have just put in excess of 70 million on the table. So nobody now, if they're negotiating with Chelsea and they miss out on Šeško, can be accused of not having the money. And that's why I think at the end of the day, there might be a deal there to be had for Nicholas Jackson because Chelsea are willing sellers, whereas Aston Villa aren't.
Just going back to Ollie Watkins, I don't know if you've seen the friendly they played. I think it was in Nashville. I don't know if you've seen the goals he scored. I've seen the highlights. Ollie Watkins' goal he scores. You wouldn't sell him just by watching the goal. If you get a chance to look at it, his movement in the box, he gets a header near post, top corner, and then Mallon scores a great goal as well. So they've got them two, and this Gessard's coming in, who looks like a bit like John Duran type, you know, big, strong, powerful, skillful, holds the ball up. But I can't believe they'd sell Ollie Watkins. They would sell him. I just can't believe it. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, and they might not. And I think that's the point, that Villa are not going out there going, you can have Ollie Watkins. We heard some suggestions in the last 24 hours that 40, 45 million might be enough late in the window. 60 million's the number. It's not changed from when Arsenal bid. It's not changed from when Man United inquired. It's not changed with Newcastle United maybe pre-spending a bit of Alexander Isak money. So there is a possibility, in fact, a strong chance that Ollie Watkins doesn't go anywhere. But that doesn't mean that suitors won't try. But I think Gessard coming in is not about paving the way for Watkins to depart. So if Watkins goes, Villa would have to try for Jackson or another proven striker with a bit more experience than Gessard, and then the door might be open, but not at 40, 45 million. I think Ollie Watkins is a 50 or 60 million pound player. And if clubs choose to go for him, they have to accept that they're paying a high price for an instant return, even though compared to Šeško, you might only get 2 or 3 seasons at peak level out of him, whereas you put the same money or more towards Šeško, and if it all goes according to plan, your long-term return on investment is higher because he's going to be younger and be at the football club for 5-6 years.
Just to add into the jigsaw puzzle, which is going on right now, we got Mateta, we've got Højlund at Man United. If he looks like he's on his way out, because you don't spend 75 million on a striker and keep Højlund. He's obviously out on his way out the door. You've got Callum Wilson, Vardy. There's still a few strikers left straggling out there, but I don't know what's going to happen to Højlund. He's obviously on his way out, but what's the future for him?
Yeah, Rasmus Højlund said publicly he wants to stay and fight for his place, but Manchester United are willing to sell. And it was interesting that we learned through sources only 48 hours after Højlund's comments that his plan is to stay, that Rasmus Højlund's available for £30 million. And to be honest with you, in this market where everything is inflated, that price is phenomenal for somebody if Højlund is prepared to leave. So I think Manchester United, especially if they get Šeško, are prepared to put Højlund on the market. There was some talk about Leipzig, but I've been told that Højlund doesn't want to go there. They've got no European football. Jamie Vardy's a free agent late in the window. He'll be a good pickup for somebody, whether in the Premier League or beyond. You got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, high wage, but free transfer as well. Callum Wilson, who you mentioned, has already been snapped up by West Ham United. And again, I think they saw opportunism in that deal. So we are going to see a bit of a striker merry-go-round. You've got Randal Kolo Muani, who wants to go to Juventus, but they've not struck a deal just yet. So there's a few late window opportunities. And I'll add one more to the mix as well for Premier League clubs, and that's Alexander Mitrovic. Because if Darwin Nunez goes to Al Hilal, or even Milan, of course, but Al Hilal's the sort of bigger one because they'll need an exit, or even if he doesn't go and they bring in another number 9, which is the intent. Right at the beginning of the window, remember, they tried for Victor Osimhen. Hilal then went ambitiously for Benjamin Sesko. Now they're up against Milan for Darwin Nunez. Because of the foreign quota, if a big-name striker arrives at Al Hilal, Mitrovic will be the one that they want out. And a bit like John Duran being loaned to Fenerbahce from Al Nassr, a loan is possible. Right. And for Premier League clubs thinking short-term, with some of the wage covered by Al Hilal, Mitrovic at 30 might be a late window opportunity as well to keep an eye on.
Ben, you're a superstar. Appreciate your time,
Thanks,
buddy.
Ben.
Catch up soon.
Cheers, guys. All the best.
Top man. They've been Jacobs, talkSPORT correspondent, going through some of the transfers, and we've just seen some of the back pages. That Sesko's story is going to run and run. One of the back pages, I think it might have been the Sun, saying they both agreed a fee. It's now up to him where he decides where he wants to go. That was a look at the latest transfer action. Thanks to talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Next up, though, we have got a little bit of the rest of talkSPORT. And then after that, at midnight, do not forget, it's the midnight train to Manders. Get your calls 03717 22 This is the Sports War. It's talkSPORT. He's Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy. And this is the Sports War by talkSPORT. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18+,
both names wrong, then.
What's that?
You said both of our names wrong.
What did I say?
Let's
want to get out of the way. Let's go a break.
I never see you make mistakes. It's nice.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere,
I'm Jason Cundy. This is the record-breaking sports bar. Still to come. We're going through tomorrow's back pages in around about 10 minutes' time. And then at midnight, we've got the midnight train to Mad. Let's get your calls in for that. Anything goes. No sport, no politics, no religion. Nothing too serious. As I said, anything goes, but within reason. Now, this is the rest of talkSPORT, running through some of the most recent highlight clips across the talkSPORT network. Okay, let's kick things off. This afternoon's 1 to 4 show. 1 to 4 show? So it's called H&J. There's Andy Townsend alongside Mr. Hawksby. They're joined by nature explorer Steve Blackshaw, who described a close encounter with a silverback gorilla.
Who came up and, as an expression of dominance, sprinted straight at me and swung a massive left hook, which caught me right in the family jewels. So there is footage out there, and we actually showed it in the show of me getting cuffed in the Goonies by a gorilla.
Wow! And did you take a standing count, Steve, on that one? I'm sure you did.
I was down and out.
So let me get this straight. The gorilla comes out from the bush and punches him in the gonads. Is that what happened? And he's joking about it. I mean, a big old silverback.
I watch it.
Honestly, they take your face off those things. He's lucky he's still got them.
Yeah, but have you watched him? Like all these shows about the gorillas, I watch people and they're seeing how close they can get to the gorillas, right?
Yeah.
And they're going
that's no good if you haven't got a face.
Well, they're going, here they are. Yeah. Now we're just going to be a bit quiet here because that's the mum. That she's just holding the children. And we'll just see if we can get a bit closer. Oh, he's coming towards me now.
Yeah. And then punches him in the gonads.
He'll rip your head off.
He will rip your head off, mate.
He's got away with a punch.
Mate, honestly, those silver, they are.
Man, would you do that?
Do what?
Walk towards a gorilla.
No chance.
I mean, it's like
mate,
like these people who jump in the sea when there's sharks there. I mean, would you jump in the sea if you knew there were sharks in there?
No, of course not.
These people are swimming down, trying to smooth a shark, a great white.
Do you know what?
And then they wonder why they bite their arm off.
Do you know what, right? But people, you can swim with sharks. People do swim with sharks, right? People do. We see. Well, you just said they do. They do. They go
not normal people.
But people don't go swim with crocodiles, do they?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
They bite your arm off.
But isn't that funny, right? People will swim with sharks, but no one ever goes swim with crocodiles. A big salty.
I wouldn't go swimming with dolphins.
I don't think I would, actually.
They run at you.
Yeah,
well, run at you. They're swimming about 50, 60 mile an hour.
Yeah.
With the doors.
I don't like the sea, Dino. I don't like the sea. When he drowned, didn't I? I don't like.
Did he?
Yeah.
What happened?
I survived.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I was out in the Maldives, mate, and I had masks come off and I started swallowing water. I didn't like it, mate.
How old were you?
I was watching, it was only about 5 years ago.
Honestly?
Yeah, I was watching a turtle chew the bottom of the. It's fascinating. This big old turtle, right?
Come on, tell me
what
what
happened.
happened.
So there's big old sea turtles at the bottom of the. I was only about, I reckon, 10, 12 feet above him. Right, so it wasn't deep, but I had a snorkel, one of those big old all-in-one snorkel masks, right? And I'm watching him. Next thing, this wave takes my mask off, right? I'm not a very strong swimmer, but I didn't realise how far out I was. So this mask's come off, and I've swallowed water. But I remember hearing or watching somewhere, or maybe on the radio, that if you feel like you're going to, not drown, but, go on your back. So I started swimming on my back. I turned around, Dino, the shore's miles away, mate. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not a very strong swimmer. So I panicked, right? So I'm now starting to swim on my back. Next thing, another wave comes over, getting water, mask hanging off all over the face, right? I'm now shouting, help! 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 And I'm going backwards, and I can feel myself. All I can remember thinking, I can't die in the Maldives. I can't drown here. I can't die here.
It's a lovely place.
It's a beautiful place, but you don't want to die there, right? So anyway,
it's nice.
As I'm screaming, shouting, help, help, going backwards, splashing around, right? I can't see how far I am back now because I'm now panicked, right? The panic set in. I think I'm going to drown.
Was there a current?
There was no current, mate.
So,
okay. But no, the wave just got hit by a wave. Anyway, as I'm splashing around, some bloke standing there up to his waist.
What do you mean he could have stood up? What is he going, all right, mate?
Just screaming, help! Help!
What, you could have put your feet on the floor?
I could have stood up.
But it's terrifying.
Oh dear!
God,
Honestly,
drowning.
I've never been the same, matey. It's never been the same now. I don't go back in the ocean unless I've got one of those. You know the little noodles. You know the little noodles.
Yeah.
I've got to need a noodle, mate.
But
and a life jacket.
Can I just go back to this?
Go on.
How do you dive into the sea when there's a great white sharks there?
No, I don't know. I mean,
and how can you walk into the forest knowing there's a family of silverbacks waiting to just eat you, and you were trying to make a TV show going, come on, keep quiet, as if they don't know you're there.
Yeah, no, I don't know the answer to that. But anyway, sorry, we digress. Remember, Paul, we're back from 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. He'll be alongside Alex Brooker.
Would you ever consider Strictly? Are you a dancer?
Well, come on, Jeff. Got a bit of history, and I'm dancing. You know,
of course you have, yeah.
No, it's not. I don't know if I've ever been on the list, but I don't think it's for me. If I'm honest. Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't. No. I've watched the show. I enjoy the show. I like watching the show, but it's not for me.
I mean, look,
MasterChef is more thing. I'll have a go at that.
Yo, MasterChef, has he? Are you a bit of a dab hand in the kitchen?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can bang a few meals out.
What's your speciality then? If I was to come round for dinner, share Pardew, what would you be cooking me?
Well, I might do a chili crusted sea bass, something like that.
Oh, wow, that sounds great.
Yeah.
When am I coming?
Well, you're welcome anytime, Jeff. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Chili crusted sea bass. Fantastic idea.
Hey, that sounds nice.
That's the breakfast show this morning. Jeff Sterling was joined by Alan Pardew. He's ruled himself out a bit of reality TV. If I had to go round, right, to Mr. Dino Saunders, what's your signature dish? Do you have one? Are you a good cook?
No. Omelette.
You can't be a signature dish with omelette.
I watched YouTube, right? All you do, crack 3 eggs.
What do you mean you watch YouTube?
How to make an omelette.
You didn't watch YouTube?
Yeah. So
what do you mean?
So how to make an omelette on YouTube takes you through it. So you add a little bit of water with the 3 eggs, swirl it up.
Yeah.
And then you just pour it into the frying pan.
What are you having with it? You can't just have omelette. You're not having like a bit of ham, mushroom, cheese.
Some ham and onions in there. Yeah.
Well, when are you doing that? When are you doing that? You've got to say that. If you're going to put them in the omelette, when do you throw them in the pan?
Well, once the eggs start.
See,
yeah. So what you do, the spatula, you slide it up the middle of the pan so that the runny eggs run round it.
Yeah.
And then till you make an omelette.
Right. And when's the cheese going in?
Then I'm chucking the cheese in. Then once it becomes an omelette...
What, you got cheese? What's
ham, cheese and onion.
Right.
Flap it over. Flap it over. Right. The problem is, it's gone within about a minute, isn't it? When you start eating it, you go, is that it? It's gone. Anyway, I could make an omelette.
You could make an omelette, so that's your signature dish.
My favourite dish is sea bass.
But you can't cook it?
No.
Carls can cook it.
Well, I can cook it, but not very well. That's why they're chefs. Because they can do it well. Anyway, what show would you go on?
Don't know. What, a reality show?
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I've been on a...
You can't do the dancing.
I was on Ready
Steady. Your knee's gone.
I've done Ready Steady Cook.
You've done it?
I've done it, mate, yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did win.
Honestly?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What did you make?
I made a curry that I nicked from a book from a restaurant in Barbados called The Cliff. Do you remember The Cliff?
Yeah, The Cliff, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's there anymore. So I bought this, when I went out there, this is years ago now, right? Bought this book and they had this unbelievable curry they made. I basically nicked the ingredients out of that, so I stole it.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you won the show, though?
No, I won it.
Did you win any money?
No.
What'd you win? Just pride?
Just a plate. Winner, Ready Steady Cook.
But that's a good achievement.
It's all right. I mean, I was only up against Graham, so that was it.
Oh, it's just 2 of you?
Just the 2 of us.
I thought you meant the whole thing.
the whole thing. There's only 2 of us doing it, matey. That was it, The Breakfast Show. The boys are back tomorrow morning. Who's back tomorrow morning? Who's back? I don't know.
It's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
And Andy Townsend.
It's Jeff. It's Stelling and Townsend. What a duo that is. Don't forget, from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, that's it for the best bits of TalkSport. Make sure you check out TalkSport Daily Podcast. Do not forget to download the TalkSport app wherever you can and swipe between TalkSport and TalkSport 2 for all of other sister stations, so you never miss a moment, don't you know? Next up, though, we're going through the Ralph Ellis back pages.
Have you got makeup?
Good evening, thanks for your company. You listen to the SportsBot here on talkSPORT. He's Dean Saunders, I'm Jason Cundy. Still coming over the midnight train in around about 10 minutes' time, maybe 10, 15 minutes' time. Get your calls in 03717 223344. I haven't done it for a while. Have a little bit of fun. Now, though, it's time for the Ralph Ellis back pages. Yeah, that music means only one thing. It's time for Jack Cunningham to join us. Good evening, Jack. How are you, sir?
Evening, Jack.
What's good?
Oh, good, matey.
You tell us.
Yeah,
it's all kicking off.
Well, Jack's a Newcastle United fan, and Jack, I don't know how you're feeling. We spoke to you last night about the Shesko deal. It's taken another little bit of a twist. The back page of the Times, United hope to land Shesko £74 million bid. From what we just heard from Ben Jacobs, it may be that it's another disappointing transfer saga for Newcastle.
Yeah, I know. I think what's the annoying thing about this one is last week I basically totally decided he wasn't joining anyway. So then to have the hope of seeing two bids go in and one even higher than Manchester United, that's kind of the real issue for me here, because there kind of was the suggestion yesterday that Shesko was actually going to pick Newcastle as well. I think it's just a really frustrating situation for Newcastle fans. The whole transfer window has been. In terms of the Shesko deal itself, look, Newcastle have offered more than Manchester United. Manchester United's bid's about 74 million, Newcastle's is 78 million-ish. So, but ultimately, Leipzig are going to happily leave it up to the player to decide. Newcastle have obviously been at the table for a little bit longer. He hadn't joined us then. I feel like if he was that committed to that point, he wouldn't have even waited for Manchester United to make their offer. He would have just gone for it and made the move to Newcastle. Unfortunately, I think he will now end up at Manchester United. And it's one of those things where it's difficult because I understand Manchester United as what they are as a club, massive, huge club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Fair enough. I just look at all the players who've gone there recently. I look at Amarin. I've not been even remotely impressed with him so far. I look at kind of the mess, sort of what they've got. Yeah, they've made some decent signings, they're sub 100%. And I just think for your career, I just don't necessarily think it's the best move. I think obviously I'm biased, but I'm trying to look at it from an objective player's point of view as well and say that Champions League football, working under Eddie Howe, getting to play in front of the Newcastle fans is also attractive. But I also do appreciate, and I can't deny, that the prestige of Manchester United as a club, no matter even if they finished 15th last season, is a draw. In terms of wages, we're not really sure what either sides have offered. I know that Newcastle's highest earner is Bruno Guimaraes on about £150,000 a week. Obviously, Manchester United can probably go beyond that. So maybe that plays a part as well. And look, if they are offering more money, then it's the same. I would always say that it's the same for anyone, isn't it? You get offered more money, you probably would have a look at it at least. So it's just a difficult situation. And look, if he is going to Manchester United, which I think he will, Newcastle have to move on quickly and either make Isak stay at this point or find some other striker. But I can't think of anyone really on the market now. It was kind of Sheffield, no one.
We heard Eddie Howe's comments. Like the fans idolise Isak. Well, used to.
Yeah.
Is there any way back for him? If the deal collapses, will the fans accept him back?
I don't know if the fans will. Certainly for me, it's totally changed now. I think even scoring the winner in a cup final, to then go essentially on strike for however long and refuse to go on pre-season tour, you can't be a club icon anymore, even if you scored the winner in a cup final. I just think that's done. I think there is a way for him back in the sense of Newcastle can probably come and deal with him. We say, look, give us one more season, score as many goals as possible, and then we'll let you go next year. And I think that would probably... And look, as soon as he scores that first goal for Newcastle, does his celebration, I'm sure within the stadium it'll all be, fine and what have you. But I don't think Newcastle fans, we've got long memories, and I don't think he'll ever be forgiven for this necessarily. But there is a way back, yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Front page of The Sun, let's talk about that. There's a Gary Lineker story. Gary Lineker's returning to the box, a late night Saturday show, I believe, on ITV. What's this all about? Basically, just described it, haven't I?
Yeah, no, well, I wasn't expecting to have to talk about showbiz.
I just told you.
Here we go. No, but here we go. So basically, Gary Lineker is going to be back on our TV screen. So we obviously left the BBC under, I suppose, a bit of a cloud, and ITV have snapped him up, and they've signed him up for this thing called The Box, which is 12 celebrities in a box. And they all have a different challenge. So, to be honest, Dean, I'd like to see you do an omelette. That'd be great.
Hey, don't worry about that. The only thing is, you put like the 3 eggs in, and the time when it comes out, the omelette looks like a Mars bar when it comes out.
I'm not sure you're doing omelettes correctly, Dean.
No, it's not enough. But you got sometimes when you're starving, you got to do something. We got another story here that I might be able to relate to.
Yes.
Florian Wirtz is insisting his huge price tag doesn't matter. I went to Liverpool, similar situation. Didn't score for 4 games. Felt like I had a detached house on my back, honestly. You think, please just let me get off the mark. Once I get off the mark, I'll be all right. And it was 4 games in. I shinned one. It bobbled as I hit it against Spurs, I think, went in the top corner. And I was off and running. But I mean, it's a bit early to be saying that to him now, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like obviously people are going to mention his price tag, aren't they? £116 million, it's going to be mentioned all the time. One thing I will say is Wirtz has dealt with it relatively well in the sense that he's saying, that's got nothing to do with me. All I can do is, play football and be as good as he can, which I totally agree with. I think that when you look at it, players don't decide their price tag, do they? So it's a case of he didn't decide that I'm worth £116 million. Bayer Leverkusen did. So, but of course, again, look, if we're sat here at the end of the season, Liverpool maybe haven't won the Premier League, and Wirtz has had a poor campaign, then of course people are going to be like, well, where was that £116 million gone? I mean, I've already seen fans on Twitter. I know that's not a good judgment, but like, hate watching him and stuff. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, let's just give him a chance to settle in. He's clearly an absolutely unbelievable footballer. I mean, so intelligent. Love watching him whenever I've seen him. I think he'll light up the Premier League, to be fair. But you've got to give these players time and chance to adapt to what Arne Slot wants and what the Premier League demands as well. So I think he's dealt with it well on this one.
Yeah, if he takes off, there's no one who'll mention the price tag. I'm telling you that for nothing. The people have gone very quiet about Casado at Chelsea because of
price. No, you are right. You know
people
what?
don't mention it anymore. The only time they mention it if things don't go well. But from what we've seen, I don't think too many people will be worried.
He played well in the friendly against Madrid the other day. He was like, gets in the box with purpose. Yeah. So I think he's a really, really good player.
Watch this space. Jack, top man, we'll catch you.
No, lads.
Catch you tomorrow.
Later, yeah.
Cheers, Jack.
Later.
Cheers, bud. There's Jack Cunningham there. Going through all the back pages you guys will wake up to tomorrow morning. Right, here we go, gang. It's the part of the show now that you absolutely own. We do not. No calls, no train. Myself and Dino are sitting here hoping and praying you'll get involved in the show. You normally are very, very good.
Jason, seriously.
Go on, mate.
Have you got makeup on?
No. I'm not got
makeup on. Makeup on,
Dino.
Because you're on the telly.
Dino, I haven't got, mate. I've just come back from Italy, mate.
If you are, can I have some of it?
I've had, what? It's the sun.
I'm looking at you on the screen.
I know.
You look like an Armani model.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Not the dummy.
Well, look, the sun's come out in Italy, mate. I've got a bit of a tan, right?
Yeah.
It'll soon fade. Well, you're not
just checking.
No, I haven't got any makeup on, mate. I'll tell you if I did. Next up, though, we've got the midnight train. Okay, here we go, gang. 03717 22 33 44. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Anything goes within reason. Phone up and tell us a story. It's limitless. No sport, though. No politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, you can tell us what you want, okay? Phone up and speak to Dino. Ask Dino a question. You might want some... I love some bit of late relationship advice, all right? You might want some advice where to go on holiday. You might want some advice where to take the partner away from...
advise anyone.
What? And ask Dino some cooking tips, all right?
No.
How to cook an omelette. You are listening to Sports Bar on TalkSport Bet. Download the TalkSport betting app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.